I do not hate Triple H. Man gave me NXT, countless fun matches, countless fun feuds. NXT is just about solely responsible for the recruitment of the Indies' best starting a decade ago. Have you heard of this NXT show? NXT! Oh, never mind, they tossed a rainbow paint layer over the black and gold and gave H the creative boot. Allegedly. I really should start saying that more. The fact of the matter is no career or person is infallible. And seemingly more so during his active run during the 2000s, Triple H's career was riddled with moments that made people go all frowny. Here's 10 reasons why other people not named me may take issue with the game.
Triple H call to the cover!
Number 10, he doesn't protect NXT guys on the main roster. If the point about me not having issues with H didn't resonate strong enough yet, allow me to reiterate it through a few different points I 100% disagree with. But it is a legitimate gripe that some fans stupidly have. Triple H doesn't do enough to keep his boys safe up in big scary Vince's WWE main roster. It's a really nonsensical argument when you think about it. Almost as dumb as thinking a wrestler can 100% get you a job just because they're signed to a company. Guess what? In both of those cases, for WWE at least, Vince McMahon is in charge, and he is the ultimate be-all, end-all, yes or no. Triple H can big up a name as hard as he wants, but if Vince doesn't see interest, the writing's probably on the wall. Number 9, the shovel. So, yeah, okay. Like I said, some of these reasons do at least hold some weight to them. Triple H's career is admittedly filled with victories that probably should have been losses. Booker T, Kane, Rob Van Dam are all unfortunate victims of the infamous Reign of Terror, which you just might hear a little bit more about later. Scott Steiner was too, although I'm not sure Triple H was at fault for the match/feud basically being a flex-off, and fuck, no one in Triple H's shoes was getting that feud over. Goldberg came in hot as hell and after one shovel hammer to the head lost his luster. Another WCW legend and Sting caught the exact same treatment after 14 years of refusing to join WWE because of that exact booking of former WCW stars. I could go on, but you really don't want me to. Number 8, the Authority. Daniel Bryan could have been listed in that last entry if cooler heads hadn't heard the thunderous roars of yes chants and quote-unquote started sweating and finally gave in to the fans' demands. But thankfully, the Authority's birth of destroying the once again Bryan Danielson culminated in one of the greatest stories of pro wrestling's history. However, before that story got to knock the original plans off the pedestal, fans were well aware that WWE were really not big on Daniel Bryan being the top guy, and as the spearhead of the Authority, you can kinda see why some fans really wanted Triple H to stop playing the game. Number 7, the Clique. This one, a little bit more of an argument. I do understand this one to an extent. It's pretty obvious that members of the backstage political powerhouse were legitimately great friends, had really good chemistry, but that doesn't change the fact that Triple H definitely benefited from being in good company. It's just true. With Kevin Nash, a former WWF champion, and Shawn Michaels not only being either champ or in the main event scene, but also pegged as one of essentially 2 of the guys who would be the guy, Triple H might not have had the same sway as them. But come on, do we really think DX was going to happen to that extent, and especially the rise happening as quickly as it did to such an extent if he didn't have that behind-the-scenes brotherhood? I'm not saying it wouldn't have. I'm saying it probably helped. Number 6, he's never been the guy. More of a Bret Hart point than my own. It's been pointed out that while Triple H's career is full of incredible moments, he's never really been the very top dog of anything particular. It's not the greatest knock. This is another entry that's kind of dumb to actually dislike someone over, but I suppose if you're looking at it through the lens of, well, there were always people who were better at certain tasks, who could have gotten more TV time, sure, I guess. I see the point. He's a really great worker in the ring, but he's no Shawn Michaels, who, spent most of his career standing next to him. He's got a lot of world championship reigns, but he's not John Cena or Ric Flair, again, 2 guys he was very actively against or with. He might have been one of the biggest stars of the Attitude Era, but he was never Rock or Austin. And, well, when he was the guy, number 5, the Reign of Terror. This is the first one I could fully understand, as there are many wrestling fans who are eating up the fast-paced action of the Attitude Era and then felt lapsed and left the product once the Ruthless Aggression Era kicked off. And while SmackDown was actually peaking right out the gate with Heyman at the creative helm and one of the best rosters a brand has ever been blessed with, Raw kickstarted the new era by handing Triple H the World Heavyweight Championship and him not letting go of it for more than a cup of coffee for about 3 years, I'm pretty sure. And I do literally mean handed. Eric Bischoff awarded him the championship. He was actually just handed the belt instead of having to win it. And while we've already addressed many of the names who should have fared off better, we haven't addressed how he started so many Monday nights with pretty formulaic promo segments that didn't exactly generate the type of excitement you want for a company. Number 4, Triple H's career twilight era. The game's been played for years and years now, including this one. Fun fact, you remember that he actually wrestled Randy Orton at the very top of 2021? Well, it was better than a lot of the matches he's had over the last 5 years. Since losing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32, big yikes that one was, he did have a pair of very solid Mania performances against Seth Rollins at 33, and then with a debuting Ronda Rousey with the whole intergender tag match at 34. But man, once 2018 hit, the random-ass Saudi versus big-name matches that no one could name a single moment from, the Batista Return Mania match, DX versus Brothers of Destruction in 2018, anyone? Make it 6 years back and we can count Sting in this entry too. Ah, fuck. Number 3, why is NXT against AEW? That's in quotes. And it's quoted from stupid people, because this is at the absolute bottom of the barrel of bullshit, yet was easily the criticism I've seen levied at Triple H the most over the last 2 years. Wrestling fans really are fickle. Brian was right. So nice and quick, I'll point you back to the Protecting NXT Guys entry to remind everyone that this was Vince McMahon's decision. Poor Triple H. He's not even one of WWE's appointed scapegoats, yet he constantly finds himself being one. Number 2, CM Punk. Especially with the return of CM Punk to a different professional wrestling company, I feel more and more hatred is garnered toward anything that helped drive the man out of WWE, and it's pretty well documented from Punk that Trips was never the biggest fan of his. Seeing how the summer of Punk went, Triple H for some very stupid reason beating Punk at Night of Champions 2011, him believing a match together would be a big deal for Punk at WrestleMania on an equal level to a championship match. Yeah, as a big Punk fan myself, I'm not personally in this boat, but I definitely see why they hopped on the ship. And number 1, he married in. A controversial ending because just like his dealings with the Clique, are we really going to assume Hunter Hearst Helmsley was phoning in feelings for Stephanie just to get a higher standing in a company? I 100% do not agree with this. But it's definitely the most common answer to the video title's question. And yeah, I mean, marrying the boss's daughter and being best friends with some of the most influential backstage presences, it's gonna raise your standings as well as some questions. So at least there is a logical argument to be had. I'm gonna go ahead and guess the same types of personalities just mesh, and he just happened to fit into the luckiest one imaginable. And those are 10 reasons that other people hate Triple H. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, notifications, ring that bell. Oh, I said notifications. Someone try and spell that in the comments if you're still listening. I dare you.